So you just minted an NFT or you're looking to purchase an NFT and you want to know how much the NFT is worth. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can figure out how rare the NFT is, which will give you a good idea of the price of it. Last week, I minted some Solana NFTs. So I want to see now how rare those NFTs are. So here are the 4 NFTs. They're from a project called Dronies. Now, inside your wallet, when you open up any of these NFTs, there's going to be a number at the top. So you want to make sure you write down the number of all your NFTs. And then if you look, you'll see that each of these have different traits for them. Like this one has a coin in its mouth, these two have skateboards, and these ones don't. And if you click on them and scroll down, you could actually see all those traits or properties right here. Those are going to become very important in just a second. So the first website we're using is called MoonRank, and this will give you an idea of how rare or common those different traits are. So check this out. If we come down here, we can rank these from the rarest to the most common. So right here at the top, these are the rarest NFTs in this collection right here. So a lot of times these collections, they will put out some hand-drawn ones, handmade ones they call them, and these are called one of ones, which means they are completely unique and there's no other NFTs in the collection like it. You see these look like Power Rangers, some of them. This one looked like Indiana Jones, R2-D2. So these are really unique ones. This project has 100 of them. If you get one of these, they are super, super rare and will usually fetch the highest price of any of the NFTs in the collection. But if you scroll down, we'll get to the ones that are the more, I guess you can call them regular ones. All right, here we go. So these ones are actually generated. So when the designers, the artists are making these, what they do is they'll say, okay, I'm gonna make 5 different hats. So this is one of the hats, it's this brain. This is another hat, it's a helmet. This is another hat, it's a backwards cap. And then I'll make, let's say, 4 different beaks. So I'll make a crow's beak. Let's see, over here, I'll make a toucan beak and maybe a few other ones. And I'll make, we'll do 8 different colors, purple, blue, yellow, gold. And what the computer will do is it will automatically generate these 10,000 different NFTs by randomly assigning them these different traits or not assigning them a trait. So you see some of them don't have any hats. Some of them have masks, but others don't have masks. So that is how these are generated. But some of these traits are rarer than others. So if we look at this one up here, this one right here has a taco bandana. Now, of all the NFTs in this collection, only 5 of them have a taco bandana. So it is super, super rare. But some other traits it has, like the body type A, whatever that means, there's 9,400 in the collection with that. So that's not particularly rare, that trait. So some traits are rarer than others. What that means is that the more rare traits you have, the rarer your NFT in that collection is, and therefore, presumably, the more expensive your NFT is. So what I can do is I can plug in one of my NFTs in here. So let's plug in this one. Here's one of them that I minted last week, and it shows me the duck that I minted. And it says that my chest accessory, which is this battle shield, there's only 111 in the collection with that battle shield. That's the rarest thing about my NFT. Also, my sus hipster glasses, there's only 146 in the collection with that. So that's kind of rare as well. But as you go down the list, these things become more and more common. So the more common it is, usually the less expensive it is as well. So if we change the rank here, from most common to rarest, you'll see that the ones here at the top, they have traits that are not that rare at all. This is a very common background, very common color, very just common looking droney here in this collection. So these are not generally going to be worth as much as the other ones that are rare. So I really like this website because this will show you kind of a good idea of which of the traits that you have are rare and kind of gives you a good idea if you're looking to buy an NFT, what traits you should be looking for. Here's another one of my NFTs. This is actually my favorite one. But scrolling down here, there's nothing too rare about it. The red bandana is the rarest part. There's 196, only 196 in the collection with that. So that is rare. But then, you know, you get over here and there's just thousands and thousands that are similar. So of all the ones that I have, this one is the least, has the least rare traits to it. But it's my favorite. And there's something to be said about that. Just because it's full of rare traits, or just because you don't have a lot of rare traits, doesn't mean it's not going to sell. Because if people like it, if people are drawn to it, then people will buy it. A lot of times people will look at these and say, oh man, that just looks so clean. And by clean, they mean everything just kind of fits together. Remember, these are all randomly generated. So some of these NFTs just kind of look like, for lack of a better word, kind of like a mess. Where this one's just clean, right? You know, it just looks really nice and well put together and would kind of look like something you would want to hang on your wall. But meanwhile, my duck, while it has a lot more rarer traits, it you know, kind of looks like a mess. There's a lot going on right there. So that's really a matter of interpretation, but that's something people consider as well. Other thing that people will also value sometimes is the number. So something like 7777 is something that a lot of people go for, or 6969 is something that people like as well. Okay, so that's the first website. The second website is howrare.is, because even though this website kind of tells you the ranking of different traits, you want to know kind of like where your NFT falls exactly. So that's what this website does. So we plug in one of my NFTs right here. You can see that this one is ranked 2,156 out of 9,500. So that's not bad at all. You know, that's better than most of the NFTs in the collection. That's actually the rarest one that I have. Another one that I have, let's look at that red bandana one again. There this one is, and this one's ranked 7,893. So almost 8,000 out of 9,500. So again, that's not very rare at all. I'm kind of happy about this because this is my favorite one and I don't want to sell this one. So I won't feel guilty about holding on to this one and feel like I'm losing out on money because it's the least rare out of all of them. One thing to kind of note about this is that if you're looking to make money with NFTs, if you're looking to flip NFTs for a profit, you don't want to get emotionally attached to your NFTs. Personally, I know that's easy to do. So I'm trying to avoid that from happening. So that's why I kind of just picked one. I said this one was my favorite. Luckily, it has, you know, not a great rank to it. So that makes me feel, again, less guilty about holding on to it. But the other ones, I am looking to make a profit on them. So the question is, how do we do that? How does the rank play into that? So that's when we go over to a website like MagicEatIt. MagicEatIt is where people will resell their NFTs, or where you can actually buy the NFT as well if it's bought with Solana. So I'll type in here dronies, and this shows everyone who's selling them. Now I don't really care what the price is that people are selling them for. What I'm really interested in is the activity, because this is going to show me dronies that have sold recently. So what I want to do is I want to look at recently sold dronies and see how much they sold for and what their ranking is. And then it can compare it to the dronies I have. Is the ranking about the same? If we can get one that's pretty much the same ranking, then I'll know how much that one is being sold for right now. Because after all, the value of your NFT is how much someone is willing to pay for that NFT, and that's what sets the price of it. So this one recently sold for 4.5 Sol. It's 9657. So if I come in here and search for 9657, this one has a ranking of 2,087. So that's really, really close to my duck, which is ranked at 2156. So I could probably sell mine for 4.5 Sol, which is about $150 more than I purchased it for. There are some fees involved, but they're not as great as if you're using something like Ethereum. This one sold, let's see, let's find something, 5.85 Sol, and that's 5180. 5180. And this is ranked 1,355, which is better than any of mine. But again, the ranking alone is not the determining factor. Sometimes it's just based on what do people like. This one is 6 Sol and is 6636. So let's look at this one. So that's a really good ranking, 916. Let me find like a, all right, so this one right here is 5.5 Sol, and it's only ranked 3,410. So that's more than what we were looking at before. So why is someone buying up this one? Probably because they think it's cool, right? This is a really cool looking one. It's gold, it's got the metals, you know, it's kind of clean looking. And that's things that people like. This one sold for 10 Sol. 10 Sol, 9261. Let's see what that one is. So that's a really, really good rank right there. So that's why that one sold so much. So based on this, you can kind of get a good idea of what your NFT is worth right now. But what it's not going to tell you is how much your NFT is going to be worth in the future. Because our hope is that this project will continue to grow and the value of these NFTs will only increase. Now, what gives me more confidence and something you should look at is what are the more expensive ones that are selling? So there's a really great Twitter account I follow called SoulBot. NFT SailBot, and this will show you kind of the more expensive NFTs that are selling on MagicEatIt. So this droney sold for 50 Sol. This one sold for 11.42 Sol. This one sold for 103 Sol. So that's over $10,000. So someone is buying these NFTs, right? These dronies. Someone has confidence that this project will still be around at least long enough for them to make a good profit on these dronies. So that gives me more confidence in it as well as the fact that I did my research before I invested in this project. I looked at everything and I have confidence that this is a collection, this is a project that's going to be around for a while. And as that happens, I think these are only going to go up in value. So that is why I'm not selling any of my NFTs right now, and I'm choosing to hold on to them until I really see them go up in value. And I will always hold on to that one with the red bandana, because I love this project. I want to be a part of it. The underlying project itself is what I'm investing in, and I want to see that continue to grow, and I want to be a part of that. The only way I can do that is if I hold on to that droney. And quite honestly, I'm making this video about 24 hours after the mint happened, so it's still very, very fresh, and we'll still have to just wait and see what happens with the price of these different dronies. But if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and then subscribe to the channel, because I will definitely be making videos updating you all about the NFTs that I have purchased and if and when I sell some of those NFTs. And I'll also be making videos about the next projects that I'll be investing in as well. So if you want that, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment down below if you have a project that you think I should invest in, or check out an NFT that I should look at. I would really appreciate you guys kind of giving me some information there for me to look at. Then I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.